Welcome back or to my channel. Today's video I am discussing my constant disappearances and just my entire opinions and thoughts and what I want to do with my YouTube channel. This video might be boring to some people since it's not necessarily exotics and it's not super entertaining content, but if you are interested in my channel and what I plan to do with it and what I've just been kind of thinking and where I've been, etc, etc. So with everything being said, we're going to jump into the video and I'm going to kind of explain why I constantly disappear and why I come back for a while, then I disappear again. And I have my small excuses that I always say, like, oh, I've been busy or I've just been not motivated, which those are partly true. We're just going to get into the whole jig, is that right? All the jazz, and then, yeah, so let's jump in, start talking, and yeah. Emmy's Pet was created in September of 2018. I made my first YouTube video and that was going to pick up my first reptile, which was my bearded dragon. Watch that video at your own risk because some of the care choices were interesting, and I kind of briefly ended the video and didn't show any of the haul I got to improve his care and anything like that. So my bearded dragon's care is much better now today, and a few months later I upgraded his tank and everything like that, but that is where my channel started. Before that, I actually made my channel in probably 2013, 2014, and I was just doing a bunch of random videos that I found entertaining. And then when I got super into exotics and reptiles, I just knew that was exactly what I wanted to make content on. So when I went and picked up Zeus, that day I cleared my entire channel and privated and deleted all the videos, and I switched my username to Emmy's Pets. I switched my Instagram username to Emmy's Pets on a spare account I had, and that is where Emmy's Pets started. I got my bearded dragon. I didn't really post very much when I just had Zeus, and then a few months later I got 2 leopard geckos, and that is where my channel kind of started out. So I started my channel pretty much to document my care and my improvements, and as well as informing people and trying to help people out, because I noticed very, very quickly while I was doing research on reptiles and trying to get opinions from different people, people were super rude, super negative, like being very know-it-all type-ish, and I didn't really like that. So I really wanted to like be super open-minded to people, understand that everyone makes mistakes, everyone isn't, you know, absolutely scientifically like knowing everything the second they get into reptiles. Like, everyone learns, everyone makes mistakes, and a lot of people weren't very open to knowing that, even though we all know every single reptile and every single pet keeper has made mistakes. So that's what I wanted to do, is just be like informing, not like make people feel dehumanized and feel terrible about themselves. And I just kind of wanted to help inform people as well as document my care and like the rescues I've taken in and everything like that. That's where my channel was. So then in 2020, my channel absolutely like blew up. I think it was because everyone was in COVID and quarantine and no one knew what to do. So everyone got really into reptiles. So my channel like blew up, and that was where actually a huge majority of my subscribers came, because I gained like 800 subscribers in 2020 alone or something like that. It was crazy. And then in 2021, I feel like it kind of dropped off, and I saw a lot of people rehoming the reptiles and just going back to work. In 2021, I was just like in a weird headspace. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just so like out of it, and I just was not interested in making content because I felt like, this is probably just me, but I felt like everyone was going back to work, rehoming pets. I just felt like the community was like, I don't know, diminished more, as well as the fact that I deleted majority of my social medias, which is probably where this came from. So I just lost like all of my motivation because I wasn't talking to a lot of people. I wasn't feeling, you know, like a lot of people were connecting with me. I don't know, I didn't want to post really. I was just kind of like, like I was just like, I've been doing this for a long time, I don't really know what else I want to do. I feel like my content's repetitive and I don't want people to feel like I just make the same like few videos over and over again. That's why I would literally disappear so often and then come back for a little bit and then disappear for another 3 months and be like, hey, I've just been busy. But really, I had no clue what I wanted to film. I had no clue what content I wanted to make. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my channel because I just felt like lost, and I felt like I've mentioned all these things before, I've made a video so similar to this, etc, etc, and maybe other people don't think so, but I felt like it. So I just felt like I was making the same video constantly over and over, and I felt like I was on a loop and I was really tired of it. So I kind of thought like maybe it's just because I'm not motivated, maybe it's just because I don't know what I want to do with my channel, and I do think it was partially that, but I think I also like, I don't know, I didn't need a break. Like everyone's like, I always take like as much time as you need, and I took multiple breaks for multiple months. Like it's not like I just felt like overwhelmed or anything like that. It was just I genuinely like wasn't interested in doing it, and that's very unlike me. I'm very into editing videos. I love making content, especially about animals and exotics. I'm still extremely passionate about reptiles and exotics, especially informing people and documenting my care, like my original mentality was why I created my channel in general. My morals and my like they were still there. Like it's not like all of a sudden I was just like I don't want to do anything with exotics anymore, I'm over it. That's not, people can jump to whatever conclusions they please. I'm not rehoming any of my animals. I'm not posting on here anymore. It's actually the opposite of what I want to do. I want to get back into it and be interested in making videos again. I just got so in this slump because I felt like my content was repetitive, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and sadly, in the pet community, people dedicate their whole life to creating content on animals, and eventually the mentality goes from like, oh, I want to care for animals and be there for them, and slowly, a lot of people, it just turns into seeing them as dollar signs because they know, oh, if I get that really expensive snake, everyone's going to watch my channel and I'm going to get so many subscribers and I'm just going to gain that money back and gain even more and I'm just going to be rich. But they didn't care about the well-being of the snake. I'm not saying there isn't people who genuinely do care about their animals and dedicate their entire life to owning a good amount of animals. There's amazing people out there that have a lot of animals and they care for them beautifully and they dedicate their whole life to those animals, and I have so much respect for those people. But there is people in the hobby that do this and get animals constantly every month, every few weeks, to keep people interested and keep their viewers coming back because they know there's going to be constantly new animals. And for me, that's not realistic. I don't have an entire house to keep animals in. I also am very into reptiles as a hobby, as a passion, but I would never dedicate my entire life to keeping reptiles personally. There's other things that I'm interested in and want to do as well. And I just don't have the space, the funds to constantly be getting new animals. So I think that's where I got to this point where I saw all these people constantly getting new animals and I'm like, maybe I should just stop making videos because I have the same amount of animals I have had for probably a year or so. And I do get fosters in, which is awesome because you guys get to see fosters and then you can adopt them or they will go to their new homes and it's super cool. Get to make some videos with them, document some memories, give some information about species I personally don't own or just the same species but kind of a new face on the channel, and it's really, really cool. I get an awesome opportunity to be able to show you guys all the rescues and fosters that Crimson Exotics gets to care for. I just got to this point where I was like, maybe people are just over me, maybe they're not into, you know, the fact that I only have a few animals and I don't constantly get animals, and I kind of like looked back at it and I was like, that is just like a really toxic part of the hobby that people do discuss but I don't feel like often enough, and people just get bored with like smaller reptile creators channels, I feel like, because they are not constantly getting new animals. I don't know, I've kind of always stood with my claim of I would rather own a few of my animals and give them really, really big enclosures and give my whole life to them and dedication to them instead of just getting a bunch of animals and slowly decreasing their cages just so I can fit more. I don't know, I kind of want to start talking about stronger topics that are maybe brushed under the rug, or start calling more people out in the reptile community so we can better ourselves and make my channel more meaningful and more original, because I feel like a lot of the content I make is just very basic, and there's nothing wrong with basic content. Like obviously everyone loves like feeding all my pets videos or meeting all my pets, which is awesome to do, but I do want to make more videos that I personally enjoy, I find more unique, more interesting. I'm gonna not put a time capsule on how often I need to post or how long my videos need to be. I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm gonna post next week, guys, because guess what, maybe I won't be here for 3 more months again, or maybe tomorrow I'll post a video, you never know. So that's where I'm gonna be. I'm not gonna limit myself and have myself stuck in this box, because I feel like that is just why my creativity is just like gone and shot out the window. So if I just give myself some room to kind of be able to be more creative and flow and try new things out, I'll be much more interested in filming and editing, which I have a huge passion for. Which is why this is such an awesome experience and opportunity for me, is because like I get to talk about pets and reptiles that I love and adore and treasure, as well as I get to edit and film and make content, which I think is really, really cool as well. So that's where I'm at. I hope that I wasn't just mumbling and ranting and someone kind of understood a little bit of what I was saying at some points, but I will post when I feel like it, and I'm going to work harder on my videos and put more effort into them and make them a little bit more professional and how I please. And if I make a video and I don't like it, I'm not going to post it. This is a little bit more like closure as to why I just disappear so often, but I don't want to disappear. I want to be able to make content, as well as I made a second channel that I'm now doing books, and I want to do like vlogs and just daily stuff that on other topics that I find interesting as well, and not limit myself to just exotics, because I think that that definitely burns me out a lot too, is I have other passions aside from just one thing, and I want to talk about those things too. So if you want to check it out, I'll link it in the description, but I will see you guys next time. I love you. Goodbye.